So, Brie Turner is a player for the Indiana Fever. And I have to say, another one of the players, her and Coulson, I did not see it in preseason. I did not see why the Indiana Fever were bringing in Brie Turner and Sid Coulson. But there's a lot to be said for specialist players. As she can come on, just like Coulson, in limited minutes and give you something. Give you something. 3 boards, 2 assists. Yeah, she blew a layup. But, like, she came in and was a net positive to the team. And that's all you can ask. And obviously, look, we know Brie Turner is somebody whose tweets can be a little bit of an issue. And has tweeted stuff, tweeted anti-Caitlin Clark stuff in the past. And right now, she is now on the side where it's very, very evident. Very evident that, like, some of it is really overblown and some of the hate because, like, I'm not going to show the quotes to this, but you guys can look at the quotes to this tweet, by the way. You guys can look at this, and I mean this from Fever fans. She is on the money. She's on the money with this. This is the best possible way someone could have responded. It's the best possible way someone could have responded. And for anyone saying, like, I'm just making things up, like, it is, like, it is a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one, but like, you can just see it. You can see the abuse she's got. She's been they've been hurling slurs at her. They're going at fans. They're calling Dave Portnoy. And, like, by the way, like, the fact that I'm defending Dave Portnoy, like, all Dave Portnoy has done is tweeted some very mild things in grand scheme of things about a player he doesn't particularly like as a rival. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I have tweeted worse things about, like, no, I haven't. You know what? Like, sorry, Skip Bayless has said worse things. Stephen A said worse things about players in the NBA, and he's still allowed courtside. And they're like, start by not allowing Dave Portnoy courtside. Where do we draw the line? Because there is a person who has put out a threat. Person that could be it could be deemed a threat. Posted a picture of Caitlin Clark with a bullseye. I don't know who it is, but they posted a picture of Caitlin Clark with a damn bullseye, and being like, which could be taken as a threat, and then goes June 7th. Like, I mean, it's crazy. But this is a response. I'm full support of the league investigating potential bigger behavior direction of players. If something is found, I hope the appropriate action is taken. If nothing is found, I still believe it's better safe than sorry. Perfect. That's fine. I don't think they needed to announce the investigation. But you know what? It's better to be safe than sorry. Like, we all know there was a person pretending to be at the game, and they heard a flight reacts thing that sounded like a dolphin. Like, it sounded like a dolphin. Like, we know what it was. It was flight reacts laughing like a dolphin. And it's played every time an opponent player shoots free throws, but they heard that and ran with it. Pretended to be at the game, just like we know that these people do, and it got ran with. And you know what? With these accusations, if you're the WNBA, you probably do an investigation. You don't announce you're doing an investigation, but you probably do an investigation. But it's a crazy one. But she's on the money. You know, if nothing is found, it's better to be safe than sorry. Look, she was a player on the court. There's no way Brie Turner, by the way, of all people, there's no way Brie Turner would be saying if something is found, appropriate actions to be taken. There's no way she would use the word if something was happening. I strongly encourage those attending in-person arenas to alert ushers/security if you see or hear someone promoting behavior that goes against league policy. Online, I'm the biggest advocate for protecting your peace by utilizing the block/mute functions. Yeah, like, just don't click on your notifications. Don't look at the quote tweets. Because the amount of slurs, racial slurs being thrown by non-Fever fans and non-basketball fans, like, non-basketball fans realistically, been thrown at Brie Turner for this. And, you know, there's no more talk of her being like, you know, Caitlin needs to answer to these people. Because let's be real. Caitlin doesn't need to answer to these people. Angel doesn't need to answer for these people. It's not Angel's response. Caitlin didn't need to answer a year ago. This is not Angel's responsibility. It is not like the hate towards Aaliyah Boston, the hate towards her, Brie Turner, the hate towards DeWanna Bonner. And by the way, these people pretend to be basketball fans. They just, I'll talk about it a little bit later. And by the way, for everybody For everybody who's like, oh, you don't ever talk about basketball. Oh, you are not going to find another in-depth breakdown of the Sun and Mystics then on any other channel, and you're not going to find another person or another like someone watching the damn Lynx game to be going over that game. You're not going to be seeing, I can guarantee you, even without all these videos, you're not going to be seeing even remotely close to the amount of content here or content about other teams about the basketball here than anywhere else. I just think this is a relevant topic to talk about because it matters. Like, it matters. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it matters. It's an important thing because as soon as these bad actors are taken out of the league, because let's be real, there's a lot more to bad actors than there's a lot more bad actors in that side than there are. Sorry, I'm not even gonna say there's a lot more bad actors because it's socially. I've said this. Like, it's not even that there's a lot of there might be more on one side, more on the other. I'm not sure, but it's socially acceptable to throw slurs at Fever teammates of Caitlin Clark if you are not a Fever fan. Like, they have been called some, like, even just in these quote tweets. I'm not going to show them because I don't want it to be on video, but it's completely unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. But Brie Turner responded in the best way possible because let's be real. At the end of the day, if there are things, and do you want to know why there's not going to be anything? It's not going to be anything because, one, nobody's recorded anything, or everyone records everything. Everyone records everything, and if somebody was, they would have been thrown out by security. No one reported anything to security on the day. So if something even was said by an individual person, it wasn't reported on the day. So there's nothing they can do about that. And then there's nothing they can do about the online stuff because the only footage is you can hear Dave Portnoy shouting something, and apparently Dave Portnoy shouted "Ball don't lie," which, let's be real. Like, I would assume, like, Dave Portnoy has just been is just a heckling fan. I'm sorry. Like, you can say whatever you want about Dave Portnoy, but like, "Ball don't lie" is not racist abuse. And the problem is like, no matter, even with all the awful, like, there's so many things, if you look, awful things Dave Portnoy has said online. But if you are going to say that Dave Portnoy shouting "Ball don't lie" is racial abuse, Dave Portnoy calling someone classless is that, then it means that every single insult towards Dave Portnoy is just going to be brushed off with, well, you've just made that accusation. Even though there are valid reasons to criticize Portnoy. None as of right now that should stop him sitting courtside at a WNBA game. Well, recently. That should randomly now get him banned from being courtside. But again, we've got someone who literally said it was on site with Caitlin Clark and then posted a picture of Caitlin Clark with a target on her and then said, "I'm going to be courtside at their next game." So that person's courtside. Jesus. Hopefully all's good. But yeah, it's just a mad old situation. But one thing I will say is Brie Turner responded appropriately. You can call out Brie Turner and say, "Oh, she didn't need to respond at all." I think you could make that argument. We could 100% make that argument that she didn't need to respond at all. But you know what? At the end of the day, she didn't say anything wrong. She didn't make an assumption that Fever fans are bad. She didn't accuse Fever fans of anything because she was at the game. She was at the game. She was there. And you know what? You know who's not saying anything? Chicago Sky players and Angel Reese, because they know nothing happened that was out of the ordinary. No, sorry, not out of the ordinary. They knew nothing happened other than sports heckling. And you can not like heckling as a fan, that's fine. But like, the sports heckling in the WNBA might be the most tame of any sports league. And again, maybe I'm a little bit desensitized because I'm a Leeds United fan and I'm a not season ticket holder, but I go to 5 to 10 games a year. So I might be a de facto season ticket holder for Leeds United. So maybe I'm looking at this and being like, really? This is what we're talking about? This? But yeah, it's just something weird. But at the end of the day, look, they don't these people don't care about basketball, and it's good to see it's good to see Brie Turner responding in a way that not only kind of minimizes the accusations, because I don't think minimizing the accusations as a player is a good thing to do either. Because at the end of the day, there is a possibility that one singular fan in one section of the stadium said something that was ban-worthy. Like, to write off that as an impossibility is dumb. But at the same time, to say that, like, the accusations are that one, that the crowd made noises for a certain animal that would be extremely wrong if they did, as a whole, that David Portnoy shouted racial abuse at a player, which is a crazy allegation to throw without any proof, and that apparently fans got picked up in the hot mic for it. Those are the allegations by someone who wasn't at the game for a flight reacts noise. So yeah, the reality is that there is a non-zero chance that one person in the crowd said something. But it's also factually correct that, as a whole, the crowd was just a sports crowd. And if anything, they were a pretty tame sports crowd for 18,000. And by the way, NBA, WNBA, why are your fans so bad? Why are your fans so bad? Why do you need the Jumbotron to shout defense? Why do you need that? Where are the proper chants? Where are the proper chants? You don't heckle the opposition players enough, to be honest. But obviously, no, that's just something, obviously, coming from a different culture where it's mostly in good fun. Sorry, it's not all in good fun. Jesus, it's mostly in good fun, both sides. But yeah, it's a funny one. But anyway, I have no issue with Brie Turner's response, and the best thing Fever fans can do is continue to support this team. The best thing the Fever fans can do is to continue to support these players, because at the end of the day, look, these are players that are putting on an Indiana Fever jersey. These are the players that are playing for the fans. These are the players that are playing for the best fans in the WNBA. These are the players that are going to be representing the city of Indiana in a positive way and continue to represent the city of Indiana in a positive way. And they're playing for the best group of fans who are representing the city of Indiana in a really positive way on the global stage. If you get off Twitter, there's nothing but positivity from the Fever, from their fans, from their players. And yeah, it's an all-around great place to be in, and I think Brie Turner knows that. She knows that, but obviously, look, on the off chance there were bad eggs in the fan base, and to be honest, as I've said, to say that there's a 0% chance that one person made a statement that should get them banned is also, like, there's a possibility for that, but we've heard nothing in the stadium. There was nothing brought up to the stewards. There was nothing brought up to security there about any players. There's nothing recorded. So nothing's going to happen. Even if there was a situation, nothing's going to happen. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys.